Kanye West, who's also having some legal issues, citing a lawsuit filed Tuesday by a former employee. NBC News reporting that Ye is accused of spreading anti-Semitic conspiracy theories in front of the staff and children at Donda Academy. Okay? Some pretty seedy stuff. It's his troubled LA area private Christian school. During a meeting in which he also allegedly expressed wanting to shave students' heads and lock them in cages. This is not one of those strange, you want to call it art, videos that he's famous for. Presentations on stage in front of a packed, sold-out arena. This is what they say he actually wanted to do in real life to children. Let's talk about a text message to the former employee, Trevor Phillips. Ye? Is it yay or ye? Help me.
Yay.
I've not said his name so much. You just tell me. I said ye. Okay. It's yay. Whatever.
With millions watching and many people benefiting from this program called Indisputable, we just need 1% of the viewers to become a paid member so we can continue to bring this content to you. Now back to the show.
Kanye compared himself to Hitler minus the gas chambers. Well, that's even for Kanye is wow. Appeared to simulate masturbation during a one-on-one meeting in a Southern California hotel room where the musician watched the Batman on mute. That's according to the 47-page suit filed in Los Angeles Superior Court. Again, NBC News with the reporting. Suit accuses Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, of calling out Black people in a discriminatory manner, praising the Nazi leader, pushing employees to do renovations without permits, and telling employees they could be fired for being fat and not with a PH. He temporarily stiffed workers after Adidas cut ties with the rapper over his anti-Semitic comments when bank accounts at the rapper's clothing brand, Yeezy, had been frozen. The lawsuit states Ye even gloated to staff at Yeezy, his fashion brand, and Donda Academy about using $2 million of the school's budget for a trip to Paris. He's just living out loud. Let's just keep living out loud in the way that we choose to live. It's what it reads like to me. Lawsuit alleges during a Sunday service at the school in May in front of dozens of people, Ye angrily told Phillips he was fired over an apparent issue with a garden at the school. When a tearful Phillips told Ye that his daughter attended Donda and that he was grateful for the job because of a potentially serious medical condition, Ye allegedly responded with an expletive-laden tantrum in which the musician disparaged Phillips and his child, then allegedly told Phillips, I was going to punch you in the face. How do you work like this? How do you teach, thrive in, these are allegations, this kind of condition? There's more. Per the suit, Phillips, who was hired in November 2022 to work on a vertical integrated crew for the musician's clothing brand, continued to work for the rapper until August, when Donda shut down. Tuesday's complaint filed by attorney Kanye Sharon seeks more than $35,000 in damages, alleges discrimination, retaliation, wrongful termination, and other claims. Now, NBC notes Phillips' allegations add to the troubled and bizarre portrait of Donda, where former employees have said students were allowed to eat only sushi for lunch. Windows were empty because Ye didn't like glass, and chairs, artwork, and outside books were banned. How many applicants did this school have? I at least think windows, it can't be optional. But here, banned, glass banned. Accusations are included in previous lawsuits from 3 former teachers and an ex-assistant principal who alleged discrimination and wrongful termination. One of the lawsuits has also named Donda's predecessor, Yeezy Christian Academy. A trial in one of the suits is scheduled to begin next year, April 2025. A lawyer for the rapper has previously dismissed claims about Donda, saying the former employee's descriptions of the school as a dystopian institution designed to satisfy Yang's idiosyncrasies were false. It's almost unfair for me to even ask you, where would you like to start, Yasmin? But you have to swear that this is your truth. You file this with an attorney, and there are multiple people in different cases. Now that part's linked to what's going on with Diddy, and there's no, sexual assault and stuff, although the masturbation thing isn't Batman on mute. That's not too positive of an allegation, but these are people who presumably were not working in concert over a number of years, filing these suits with these bizarre allegations. Can't we glean something from that?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many patterns of behavior that people demonstrate over the years, and somehow they go unnoticed, right? We have patterns of somebody like Donald Trump not paying his workers, and yet somehow people still decide to go work for him. My first thought, whenever I was first reading about this story, was who are the parents sending their children to the Donda Academy? And things like this are upsetting because I'm not a parent, but I imagine that a lot of being a parent is about trying to make the best decisions for your child as possible based on whatever wisdom or resources are available to you at any given time. And that alone can be scary because even as adults, you're constantly learning about yourself and about the world around you, and you may feel differently about certain things, as far as maybe how to raise your children, right? What's the best way to do that? But I guess in my effort to find some kind of understanding around all of this, Kanye West has been a giant figure in the Black community and in the music industry for years. He professes to be a Christian with strong family values. He professes to fight for the rights of children. So I can see how someone would grow up idolizing a man like Kanye and then thinking maybe he knows something about life that I don't. So when he opens a school, they think, oh, let me send my kid there. But he's not an educator. He's just a celebrity, right? He's a musician. He's been demonstrably unstable in his own family life and in his music career, in his political career, with his close relationships and friendships. And as much as I try to empathize with these parents, it's difficult to do so because, again, there are patterns of behavior that people display and you cannot ignore them, especially when it comes to your children.
Yeah, I think you're pretty generous, and you could be right about why, some of these parents may have been committed to this academy, Donda Academy.
I'm
I
giving a
Go
lot of
ahead.
the benefit of the doubt. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I tend to think that celebrity's a hell of a drug, and his ex-wife Kim Kardashian is part of that addiction that we have in this society. And I think that some of it could be as simple as I want to get next to that. And maybe my kid will be in a music video or be discovered. That's probably unfair, but there's so much wackadoodle do here. Okay, Yasmin, that I make it make sense. If someone says, would you like Donda? First thing I do, and I mean, it's a full-time job going around to these schools. You take tours. Then, because the journalist in me, then I have to call other parents. I start investigating the school to see there's only what they show you. Okay. Oh, the food here's great. We have a chef. And then, you got to look under the hood. So maybe I would accept the invitation to see what's going on here. Maybe even apply. But if you just call some other people, why'd you leave? And, I don't know why this is just so appetizing for some.
Mhm. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I think I do try to believe that people wouldn't, send their kids to an education facility, right, to a school, and this is, something that shapes the entire rest of their lives, right? I have strong memories of my elementary school days, things that were instilled in me, values, things that I still hold with me today. All those teachers, it's such a pivotal time in anybody's life that I really, really hope that parents aren't sending kids to Kanye's school because they want to get close to celebrity. But unfortunately, I do think you're right that that is probably a big motivator. I'm just trying to believe better and
Well, maybe they thought that was
kind of
best.
myself.
And it could be six of one, half dozen of the other. We both could be wrong. Maybe something started out fresh and good and innovative because,
Mhm.
other schools have tons of problems, systemic problems, even public
Yeah,
schools, private
absolutely.
schools. So maybe they said, you know what? We do need this diversity of thought and diversity in some other areas. I just don't know. But you're
Yeah, and
talking
that's a
about kids in
normal.
cages, what,
Well,
Kanye?
I was going to say that's a normal pattern of behavior, especially observed over years at a time, right? You have something and it's good. Over time, it gets worse, in this case, the public school system. And then people say, no, we need something very different. We need something radically different. And next thing you know, Kanye West opens a school and they say, that's it. That's the answer. And then they try that for a little bit. And then they have to kind of like find a balance somewhere there. So that is a normal pattern of human behavior. Unfortunately, sometimes it can, those pioneers, those first people who are going out and trying out the new thing, sometimes they can get hurt, and sometimes those people are children.
Yeah, pioneers. Pioneers. I don't know. And I don't blame victims. And that's what you would be if you show up at a hotel room and your boss has the Batman on mute and is
Weird. Yeah, that's so
masturbating. I then would excuse myself. But that, again, I'm not blaming the victim. I'm just saying I cannot think of any reason you'd be doing that. That's just me. I don't think of any reason. This is me. Food for thought. Interesting. Something we'll keep following.